Smart tips, what's up?
Yeah,
So
how
I actually
far?
want to get the
Okay.
Samsung S22 Ultra this 2025. Do you think it's a good buy? Should I go for it, or which phone should I go for? If not that, well, actually, I'm going to explain if going for the Samsung S22 Ultra this year 2025 is actually worth it, right? All you need to do is just to watch this video till the very end.
All right.
Okay,
Thank you very much.
right. So with me here is the Samsung S22 Ultra, and this phone was released in the year 2022. That is about 3 years ago. And after that, we've had the S23 Ultra, we have the S24 Ultra, and this year we already have the S25 Ultra. So is this still what you're going for? This phone this year, or should you go for something else? Well, I'm going to break down every single thing about this phone, from the design, the body build, the display, the performance, even the camera to the battery. So just watch this video, like I said, to the very end. And guys, let me know in the comment section, what phone are you using to watch this video currently? Is it an iPhone or is it an Android? And do you enjoy using that phone? Let me in the comment section, okay? So now let's talk about the design of the Samsung S22 Ultra. So this is actually the first Samsung Ultra phone with this design, right? And after this, we have the same design for the S23 Ultra, the S24, and the S25. You can actually mistake the S22 Ultra for the S23 Ultra, unless you don't have to probably open the phone itself and go to the settings and all before you find out if it's a 22 Ultra or a 23 Ultra, right? So when it comes to design, it's still very much the same thing. And I really love the design of this phone. It's actually very sleek. Yes, I love how it is. It's a 6.8 inches phone, right? And this is made of Gorilla Glass Victus Plus on both the front and the back, which means your phone can actually, survive if you mistakenly drop it on the floor. It also uses, aluminum frame to coat it around and even on the camera rings, as you can see. So if your phone falls, like I said, it is still safe. But guys, that does not mean you should do the drop test of the Samsung phone, because you know how much Samsung screen is worth right now in the market. It's actually very, very expensive. So just make sure you have your case or your pouch to protect this phone to avoid spray that touches the heart. Now it has its IP68 dust and water resistance, so your phone is actually safe if it falls inside water for some time, right? And let's say, for example, you're coming back from work and rain is beating you, your phone is still very much safe. But guys, when you're getting a used phone, be it Samsung on an iPhone or any other Android that tells you you can actually dip inside water for a very long time, if you're buying it used, do not try that, because you don't know if they've opened it before or it has been worked on, unless you're buying it brand new. And even if I'm buying it from brand new, I would not try that. Yes. Okay, when it comes to design and the body build, this phone is actually very solid. Comparing it to some other phones, even released this year, 2025. So it's actually a plus for the S22 Ultra this year. Now, off the display, so this is a 6.8 inches phone, right? And it's actually very long. I'm not sure you can just use one arm to, press this. You have to use two hands. But, this is going to come in handy when you're playing games, for people that play PES, FIFA, Call of Duty, and the rest of them on their mobile phone. This 6.8 inches screen is going to help you out and make it more fun for you. So this also uses 120 Hz refresh rates, which helps, for the smoother playback and when you're switching from one app to another and anything on this phone, right? It also uses the dynamic AMOLED 2X screen and has a very accurate, color when you're, watching movies or probably playing games on this phone, right? You can actually press this phone in a very bright environment because it's increased to over 1000 nits brightness. So this, for example, you are outside when it's very, very sunny, this can actually increase its brightness to make you, see what you're actually typing or doing on your phone without stressing your eyes. So for the display, with refresh rates, the AMOLED screen, right, and the rest of them, this is actually still a plus this year. This phone is actually very solid. Now, for the performance, so you should understand that the chipset is, the smartphone itself, right? It's about like 70% of the smartphone, why the camera and the rest of them makes up the main part of the smartphone. So this came out with the Samsung's One UI 4.1 with Android 12, right? And it is promised 4 years, Android updates. So currently we have the Android 15 as of today, right? Which means it has from the 12, the 13, 14, 15, 16. So about 1 more year before this Android, it is out of date, right? But when it comes to the One UI, this is currently on the One UI 6.1.2, right? This is the latest in the market because the One UI 7 is not yet, officially released for the 24 series, 23 series, 22 series, and the rest of them, right? But once it comes out for the S22 Ultra, definitely I will be updating to the latest One UI. And with the One UI 6.1, we now had the Galaxy AI on the S22 Ultra. Just like we've seen on the S23 Ultra, the 24 Ultra, and even the 25 series. Whatever the S25 Ultra can do on the Galaxy AI, then this S22 Ultra can also do it. Is it from the live translate, the transcribe, the circle to search, what have you? Every single thing you're seeing on the screen right now, this Samsung S22 Ultra can actually do it. So for the battery of the S22 Ultra, this has 5000 mAh and also uses or supports 45 watts fast charging. Okay, which means in less than an hour you can charge this from 0 to actually 100%. Yes, this is that fast. And I kind of noticed that Samsung is one of the phone that has the fastest fast charging, because even though iPhone has it, it takes a longer time to charge from 0 to 100 compared to that of the Samsung. We'll actually compare the Samsung S22 versus the iPhone 16 Pro in my previous video. I was talked about the charging over there, and guys, I was actually shocked when I noticed that the Samsung was faster than the iPhone, right? So you can check out that video where I talked about the S24 Pro versus the 16 Pro to get more information on those phones. Okay. Also, this phone supports wireless charging and reverse wireless charging. So for the reverse wireless charging, this is what Samsung users have been enjoying since the Note 10. Yes, and I think it just came out for iPhone that was okay last year, yes, with the 16 series. Seems like Samsung is really ahead in terms of all these updates on their smartphones. So for the cameras on the S22 Ultra, this has its main camera to be 108 megapixel. Yes, it also has 10 MP telephoto lens. It has 10 MP periscope telephoto lens. It has 12 MP ultra wide, and it also has 40 megapixel for the selfie camera. It also has this laser AF, which helps in better portrait pictures and faster autofocus. So instead of me telling you 108 MP, 12 MP, 40 MP, and the rest of them, I don't see the samples on this S22 Ultra. So guys, just let me in the comment section what you think of the cameras on this S22 Ultra. If it's sleek, well, I really think it's very nice, compared to certain phones released even this year, 2025, right? Samsung cameras are just top notch. But I still want to hear your thoughts in the comment section about this camera. Okay, so I've talked about the design, the body build, the display, the performance, the camera, the Galaxy Air and all. So is this phone still worth it this year? Will I go for it, right? Well, I am going to be saying yes, I would go for the S22 Ultra this year 2025 because it's still a very, solid phone. However, before I go to the market and go and get this S22 Ultra, I'm going to compare the prices between the S22 Ultra and the S23 Ultra. Most times, whenever Samsung or any brand release a new phone, they tend to reduce the price of their previous flagship. So this means as we have the S25 Ultra recently, the price of the S24 Ultra, 23 Ultra, 22 Ultra, all the previous Ultras is going to drop in the market. So probably the difference between the S22 Ultra and S23 Ultra may not be so much. Okay, so you wouldn't want to just probably spend money on the S22 Ultra while there's just about 50,000 naira or 100,000 naira difference between this and the 23 Ultra. Okay, so just ask your vendor how much is both of them and now see the one you're going to go for. All right, and if you want to go for the S23 Ultra because of the price difference is not so much, like I said, I know I've done a special video on the S23 Ultra right in my channel. Just check out the video to be sure you're going for the best phone for yourself this year. Okay, I'm going to leave all the links to all those videos I talked about in the description box below so that you can find it easy for you to just access them. All right. So guys, if you find this video helpful, do not forget to give it a thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel for more tech videos like this, because on my channel here I talk about Samsung, iPhone, Android, in short, everything about your gadgets and devices. Okay, so check out my channel to see them for yourself. All right, I'll see you guys in the comment section.